They talked about digital marketing and SEO. That's the search engine. That's we talked about Google. We talked about using Google as an example of search engine. Talked about Yahoo.com as a search engine. I also talked about the social platforms that we can use. Talked about LinkedIn. We talked about Facebook, TikTok, and the rest.
Okay. So thank you. That was good. Um, Ode Divine. I can see Ode Divine here. So Ode Divine, can you open your mic and you know tell us what you explained by which is from yesterday's class? Okay, I think he or she is not here. Obina Prince, can you just explain?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yesterday we talked about digital marketing, as creating awareness for a product
Okay.
you can sell online, and
Okay.
talked about some search engines, and also talked about some platforms which we could advertise our
Okay. All right.
product. TikTok. We talked about creating some social media accounts to be able to get more awareness.
Okay. All right. That's good. Still have some minutes left. So Ronald Bangwa, can you open your mic and tell us your own version?
Good day, everyone.
Yeah, good
Can you
day.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. We can hear you. Go on. Your mic is off. Probably his network has messed up. Okay. Um. So we still have some minutes left. So Uzoma here. I can't pronounce, but Uzoma, can you open your mic and
The que-
Okay, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, yesterday we were able to learn about what digital marketing is all about.
Okay.
Mentioned that it's about creating awareness within the digital space, to be able to uh, pull revenue and also grow an organization. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then you mentioned the different means of which the people can engage actively on social media to be able to pull sales for organizations. And then we talked about LinkedIn, talked about Facebook, talked about Instagram, talked about TikTok, even the search engines. You also were able to explain the meaning of SEO, search engine optimization. You also mentioned that it's also possible for a social media manager to work as a digital marketer. A digital marketer to also play the role of social media manager. They are interwoven. Then and you finally you gave us some tasks to do, able to open up those social media platforms, social media accounts. So that's basically what we did yesterday.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Um. Okay. So who is next on my list? Rejoice. Umba. Rejoice. Please, can you turn up your mic and explain? that we'll learn from you as well. Yeah,
Yesterday, we talked about digital marketing, which is the ability to sell on digital space. That's on the
okay.
internet. We
Yeah.
also talked about how it's different from analog marketing, where you have to face the people you are selling your goods to, talk to them about it physically. We talked
Okay.
about platforms that can help you with your digital marketing. That's Instagram, social media apps, TikTok, LinkedIn, and some other apps. We also talked about what else? SEO, that's search engine optimization, yesterday, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, am I audible now? My network logged me off.
Yeah, we noticed. So although we've had some other sessions with other people, so do you want to still talk?
Okay, should I?
Ronald.
He said
All right.
I
Go
I
on. Go on. Go on.
okay. So yesterday's orientation. First of all, you wanted to know, like, I'm giving the summary of yesterday's orientation.
Yes, that's what I
Um,
want.
okay. So first of all, you wanted to know those of us that, like, where we belonged, whether for those of us that were coming from attending from Puto, and also those of us that were students and those that are not students. We wanted to create that difference so that you know how to tailor the content to each of to every one of us. Then you said we should create accounts on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, which I've done. And then you taught us uh, about some. You also told us about LinkedIn, the features in LinkedIn, and some other social platforms too. And then you said, okay, I think that is basically.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Thank
done.
you. All right. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So that's good. Um. So we still have like 6 more minutes. So Walter, can you open up the mic and
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, class. Hope people can hear me.
we can hear you?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sir. Yesterday we talked about digital marketing that basically digital product goods and services are rendered using
Okay.
digital platforms and and so. And you talked about some social media and you showed us how to open some social media like LinkedIn, um, Instagram, and TikTok. And you also talked about search engine optimization. That there are ways in which we search various things online using various platforms and the rest. And and that's all. Remember.
Okay. All right. That's good. You tried. Okay. So Emmanuel Wachuku. Can I hear from you? Emmanuel Wachuku, are you active on the call?
Um, Good afternoon. Sorry, I
Yeah.
was. This is
Okay.
my first class, last class.
Okay, we're not in last class.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if you're not in last class, well, maybe you have like a basic knowledge of digital marketing. Maybe you heard from it, you heard about it from somewhere, or maybe you just came across it online. So can you just maybe give us your own understanding of digital marketing?
Um, It's like selling or buying or like advertising your business or something online. So there are different platforms in which you can do that through Facebook, WhatsApp, basically the internet shop.
Okay. All right. So that's good. That's fair enough. I've heard from you all. Um, okay. Thank you for your feedback. Although we still have like 3 more minutes left for to hear from you all, but I think I'll just push on from here. So the short survey that I've just done now made me understand that you all were in full participation in yesterday's class, and I would like that to continue. All right, so there will be proper understanding. So today we're going into the course material properly. We'll begin with the we'll begin with this point, right? Then before we go into others. So I just want to present this marketing strategy processes. Then before we go into what digital marketing is, right? So I want you all to understand that in marketing, there's always a strategy, right? In marketing per se, there's always a strategy. Basically, in most of the things that I've come across, be it forex trading and every other forms of business, there's always a strategy that is used, right, to get a cutting edge or to get a success, like to get a win rate, right? So in marketing, I've been able to coin out these 4 strategy processes, which I give one to be planning, the other one to be network and review, then design and execution. Okay, so um, so what is planning? What is planning to you? What do you understand by planning? I just want to ask a random question before I go ahead. Like anyone, you just want to, you know, give us an explanation, your own understanding of what planning is. You can just turn off your mic and just throw in the explanation. No one wants to try. Yeah,
Um,
good day. Good day.
Planning is the outlining of steps which can be used to achieve a goal.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So he said planning is steps outlined on how a set goal or a set goal is to be achieved. So, so in order for you to actually get a success or a win rate in marketing, in digital marketing per se, you need to have a a good plan, right? a good plan. Give me a minute. I want to change my sharing mode. Yeah, so I'm here. Sorry, I had to, tell the people who were making noise behind my, so that they will not interrupt my class again. So we're talking about planning and how it affects. And how so you're disturbing the class. Your voice is entering mine. Yes. Uh, so sorry about that. So just as he said, I didn't really capture his name, right? So but he made mention of outline, right? So in marketing, you are setting objectives. So outlining, you are instead of using the term outline this time around, you're using the term objectives. So what are your set objectives? So your objectives needs to have a clear definition. They have to be measurable goals, and they have to align with your business objectives. So what are your objectives? Your objectives could be, increase your brand awareness. Maybe you want to increase your brand awareness, or the objective of this plan or is to drive in traffic, or you want to generate leads, or you want to boost your sales. So these are the examples of the objectives that you may want to have for your marketing plan, right? Once you've put in these objectives, then you can use in this marketing term, SMART, SMART, SMART criteria, where S means specific, M means measurable, A achievable, R relevant, T time bound, right? So you can use this SMART to also set your goals and objectives. So under this planning, the first one I will just talk about, instead of using the word outline, we said setting your objectives. That's the first one, right? Then now, the second one is your market research, conducting your market research. So you need to conduct your market research for you to be able to understand your target audience. You understand your target audience, you understand their needs, you understand their preferences, you understand their behaviors, and one other important thing, you understand their pain point, right? You understand their pain point. So these are the things you set to look out for. Uh, these are the things you are set to look out for in your market research. So also, under market research, you also need to analyze your competitors. You analyze competitors, one, to identify their strengths, to identify their weaknesses, to identify their opportunities and their threats. So these things I just stated now is known as your SWOT analysis. I know most of you must have heard SWOT analysis, maybe those of you who are in school or those of you who were in school before, right? So I know you must have heard about SWOT analysis. So this is what you use during your market research. Then under the same planning, you have to plan, you have to do the third one, which is budgeting, right? Budgeting is how you allocate a budget for your various digital marketing activities, including advertising, content creation, and tools or softwares that you're going to use, basically, right? So that's where you do all this budgeting. Then under same planning, the fourth one is selecting channels. Selecting channels. So you choose the most effective digital channel that you want to use. Is it email marketing? Is it social media? Right? Is it uh, pay per click, which is PPC? Is it SEO? Right? So and these channels have to be based on the target audience and the goals. So as you've identified the target audience and your goals, then you now know which the channels that you're going to use to actually carry out your digital marketing. So then the last on planning, which is the fifth one, is strategy development. So in this strategy development, you have to create a comprehensive digital marketing strategy that outlines tactics, timelines, responsibility, and key performance indicators. I don't know how many of you have heard key performance indicators before. It mostly is used in private sectors, companies, public sectors, organizations like that. So they used to check their key performance indicators, check which one performed within a particular period of time. So you can still use this KPI, which is your key performance indicator. You can use the same KPI to measure uh, the outcome of all the whole um, campaign you must have conducted. So once you do all these things, you now put together the strategy. That's when you now say, okay, when you apply this thing, you do it like this, you do it like that, then you get a tangible result, right? So that is that about planning. So the next one, which is network. I'm just seeing this chart now. It say, please come again with the smart. Okay, smart. For the smart, oh, you're taking us back to planning. That was the, sorry, you're taking us back to set objective. That is the number one point. SMART. I said SMART is an acronym for specific criteria in setting objectives, right? So the S, which stands for specific, the M, which stands for measurable, the A, which stands for achievable, the R, that stands for relevant, and the T, that stands for time bound. So that's the SMART, and that's how you could use it. So over to network. So network, just as it says, is not just your mobile network that you're using to connect to this class right now. Even human network, business network, um, product network, right? As marketing is concerned. So under network, we'll start by identifying the first one, which is identifying platforms. So on network, now you need to identify platforms. That is to say, various platforms where this your campaign is going to run successfully, right? So it's selecting relevant social media platforms, forums, websites, and networks where the target audience is active, right? So these days now, usually before, even now though, even now as well, audience used to be active on places like your Facebook and some other websites like that, where they will go to find their day-to-day information. So, so it was those times that people who owned these websites were able to pull in traffic to their website. So as they pulled in traffic to their website, they were able to continue marketing for other brands and businesses, right? So now the traffic these days now are mostly on social platforms, social media platforms, right? So on these social media platforms, you have people who are engaging and active. And now it's also shifting. Now the traffic is shifting gradually. There's what is called Web3. Web3, I don't really know if most of you are relevant with Web3. If we are in the age of Web3, some years ago we were in Web2, but now we are in Web3. So now the traffic is now gradually shifting to Web3. And that's where you see companies, people, they come up with projects that are related to Web3. And you see people engage on that project and they will drive in traffic. And by them pulling in traffic, they're able to run in adverts for other companies and other individuals, right? So now all these things I'm explaining for you now is for this networking part now, I'm taking a step off to explain to you how all those companies that runs advert, or all those product owners or Web3 product owners or Web3 project owners, how they accumulate traffic and use it for specific marketing campaigns. So like the one that just ended recently, or not quite long, what's his name? I don't know if most of you were active on Twitter, Bubble, right? I think sometime last month, Bubble was active on Twitter. Right now, Twitter is a social platform, right? But now, for you to actively or actually gain efficiently on that platform, you need to pull in traffic. That is to say, you need to have people engage on your content, like seriously engage on your content, right? So now what Bubble did was that, okay, this is Web3. So now what they did was that they introduced their project. And since it's a crypto-based project, of course, and they're going to run an airdrop. I don't know if most of you are conversant with airdrop, right? So now, since they are going to run an airdrop, and this is Web3, everybody wants to participate on an airdrop, right? So once they pushed out the awareness, they rolled out the campaign, everybody hopped on it. They pulled out, they put in place various tax and various trap points that could keep their users engaged. First, by implementing the referral programs where you have to bring your refer people to come on the platform. One, then next was pulling up another tax, which was they assigned those people who are already on their platform to carry out specific tasks on Twitter social platform. That was where you saw people commenting bubbles, imaginary ones, and all those things. That traffic was so huge on Twitter. Now, as they pulled in that traffic, do you know? Guess can, I don't really know how I could put this in, but there was a time one lady posted her back end of how much she earned from a Twitter post that reached how many million engagements. The money was huge in dollars, in foreign currency. It was huge. So now imagine how much uh, Bob was able to be able to generate from that social platform on Twitter. Now, this one is how another project was able to benefit from another project. Are you understanding? So that is where network comes. That's a typical example of network. So as they drove in those traffic, now it got to a point where the owner of Twitter had to, you know, he identified that okay, this thing is becoming too much, and I know that the amount is becoming he will not be able to pay that kind of amount. Like I mean, the amount is going to be too large. So currently now, I think there's a restriction on that traffic, on that particular tax, which is bubble on Twitter, commenting bubble and the rest. So, but now what they've done is that since they've been able to gather these leads, there's all the people that are signed up on the platform, they're able to gather these leads. What they did was now they now push them to their own application, which was a game. Those people that engaged on it, one of the tasks was for them to actually install a particular game which is under the project. And as they did that, now since they are no longer farming, they are no longer pushing traffic to generate their own funds on Twitter. Now they've pushed them to their mobile app game. So now in that game now, they're able to set in other traps and other tags, which is you clicking ads, you watch ads to gain points, right? You're watching ads to gain a specific particular points. Now, those ads that they're watching, someone is actually paying them to run those ads, right? So you see, as long as they continue, they keep watching their ads, they get paid, right? So, and how they get paid from Google. People like Google, right? Google pays you for your adverts, and before Google will pay you for your adverts, you will need to have traffic on your application or on your website or on that project you're trying to run before they'll be able to pay you, right? So, but this is when we are going to product side. Well, I just said because I'm talking about network and identifying platforms, I just had to, give you this explanation. So, but for you and I, who don't have like an active project or something like that of big, large nature, we just want to push our brand awareness and sell our products to interested customers, right? So you need to understand your social platforms. Like now, social platforms is what um, you know pulls in the traffic, gets your targeted audience. There's one other guy who is on Twitter. I've forgotten his name. Most people hate that guy. Most celebrities hate that guy because he talks bad about them. but he has the audience. People engage on his posts. He has the audience, and now he's actively um, running adverts for some product owners, right? So there are ways to these things. There are plenty. There are different channels. There are different ways on which all these things could be tackled. Okay, so with that being said, uh, then the next on this identifying platform is determine the role of each platform in the overall strategy. So you have to determine the role of the platform. Like we all know that Facebook is for community building, right? Facebook is for community building. And then one thing that you all need to know is that LinkedIn is for B2B networking. B2B networking is business to business networking or brand to brand networking, right? So you have to identify, determine the roles of this social platform in your networking strategy. Then the second point under networking is building partnership, right? Building partnership. So you have to establish partnership with influencers. In marketing is important. You can't do it with influencers. These guys are there already, right? Because they've put in the heavy work to build up their social platform and build their names, right? So you establish partnership with these influencers, you establish partnership with affiliates, other business too as well. So that you'll be able to expand your reach. There's one thing that business owners fail to understand. They don't hold, you don't hold, you don't do isolation in business. Or you say you're holding grudge. Or you say it's only you, you're a lone ranger in business. Yeah, nobody is going to know you, right? Nobody's going to know you. So in building this partnership as business is concerned, one of the ways and one of the things that you need to understand and you need to do is you locate that business that is thriving, that is not doing the same thing that you're doing. That's one thing we fail to understand. More especially here in Owerri, that I've understood. You see someone doing a particular business, another person next to the person is doing the same kind of business. Like I when I see them, I was like, how will you sell? Then before you know, one the other shop owner might be having grudge. Then next thing they will not say this shop owner do juju, is selling more than how? Like in your full senses, you saw that one, two, three shops or one shop alone is selling that same product you're selling, and you still went and opened that same shop there. Like, how will you properly do that competition, right? So by you doing that self, you will not be able to build partnership because I mean, let's say for instance now you are selling mattress. You have a shop there selling mattress, that's your business. It is ideal for you to have maybe the next business near you should be more like a furniture, someone making furniture, right? So that you could build partnership with this person. As the person is making furniture, he's referring clients to you so that they could purchase your phone, right? As they're selling mattress, someone that is the next person that is supposed to be on your other side of the business is someone who makes those interior design or those um, bed clothes, or how do they put it, mattress beddings and the rest, so that you could build your partnership with them. Also, it's not limited to just people around you. You could also find people who are not like far away from you. You also network in this digital space now. You can also network with someone who is not even in your location, right? So, but I just had to use the one in location to draw your attention and draw your understanding properly, so that you'll be able to know that you can also build your partnership with someone who is not in your location. That is why it's called digital marketing, right? So as you partner with them, you're able to gain brand awareness, which is very important. Brand awareness. Right. So I hope that's understood. Okay, so then another one point of the Deborah Odom, yes, Daniel Rega, that's his name. I'm just checking chat now. That Twitter, that guy on Twitter. His name is Daniel Rega. He's the one. VDM too is one of the guys as well. But I think VDM
By one by video.
recently VDM.
By two. By three.
I think recently VDM did, I think, a product advert there about, I can't remember, right? I can't actually remember. So, all right. So then the next on this building partnership is develop a network of content contributors and collaborators. There's one thing that most of you don't know that happens behind the scene. When you go on TikTok and you see people dancing to songs like that, they are not just doing it out of their own will. They're not just doing it out of their own just for fun or something like that. All those teenagers, all those youths that are seeing doing all these things, they are among a particular, how should I put it, a group of TikTokers. And now what they do is that once an artist releases a song or something like that, there's a manager, the manager, the person who manages them, he collects marketing fund. The artist will pay, right? So now what he does is that he comes to that group, he pays all those TikTokers, right? He pays them. So they will create a song, they create content with that song, a dance content to the song, post it on TikTok, right? And they get paid by the manager of that group, right? So that's what partnership does. So you see, once you do that thing, if you go on TikTok, you just hear someone's song trending. Behind the scene, person is doing the work. So now the third on this network, man, this network is large. Or maybe it's not much, but I think I've expounded too much. But we'll keep going, right? That's why we're learning. We'll keep going. So as I was saying, then the third is community engagement. Community engagement. Community engagement. So, as community engagement is concerned, you need to engage with online communities for participations, by participating in discussions. Like one of the last training we did, the one we did before, I handled before now. There's one time, like on the WhatsApp group platform, like I was able to, have everybody engage, participate, so that everyone could know each other, right? Even I think there was one of the students who, I think his name is Sotek, right? Yeah. So most of the participants there were also able to know him, that okay, this is Sotek, he does this thing, right? One way or the other, tomorrow it might count for him, right? So you need to engage with communities so that they will know what you're doing, participate in their discussions, respond to their comments. So now, this one too is also to, let's say for instance, like you on your social platform, you post the content. It's important for you to actively communicate with those people on that comment under your social post, right? You have to interact with them, respond to their comments, and you know, make them feel inclusive. So next on this planning, network is content distribution. So with the help of the network you've created, those other people you've partnered with, you'll be able to distribute your content effectively, right? So once you release the content, it will be easy for you to distribute it. That's why you see when you go on Instagram, Tunde Ednot is one of the distributor. Like anything Davido, he drops it like because he has a good partnership with Davido. Look at this guy, Kubana Chief Priest. Same thing with Davido. Like you see, partnership like that. Once content is coming out, they're releasing it to the public and they are gaining awareness and people are engaging with their products, going on their platforms, and so on and so forth like that, right? Under this same content distribution, you need to leverage on social sharing. So you share once you create the content, make sure that it's shared on the social network properly, right? So that it's shared properly. Okay. So the next on that slide, imagine one slide has taken how many minutes? Digital marketing is very long, but I'm trying my best to shorten it. But I think all these things I'm saying here are very important. So, and as it's related to strategy, I wouldn't want to leave anyone. So, now the third one, which is review. So, review is on this first one. On the first one on review is performance monitoring. Performance monitoring. Performance monitoring. So, this performance monitoring is what you use to is when you yeah. Sorry, I was interrupted by someone. Sorry about that. So on this performance monitoring, this is where you use analytic tools. Analytic tools. You use your Google Analytics, social media, for social media insights as well to track the performance of your digital marketing campaign. So, like on TikTok, if you make a post on TikTok, you could see uh, an insight of how well your your content is going. You see how well your social post is um, going, or how should I put it? How well it's performing, right? So, just for performance monitoring. So you monitor when you're on the performance monitoring, you focus on key metrics such as your traffic, your engagement, your conversion rates, your ROI, the return of the investment. So these are the kind of things you ought to check. So also we have on this review, Um, so it's what the second point is data analysis. Data analysis. What you're doing in data analysis is that you are analyzing the data that you've gotten from all those from that your Google Analytics. You're identifying them so that you could identify the trends, the patterns, and area of improvement. So you need to do these things so that you know how well your adverts are, uh, performing. Just like when you host an advert with Facebook Advert Manager, you need to check properly. You analyze it so that you know how it's improving. When we get to Facebook Advert Manager, I just remember something now. I'm also going to explain to you one important thing that you need to do when you carry out a Facebook advert so that you could get quality engagement on your marketing campaign. All right, so on this review, the third one is feedback collection. It is very important. Once you run a post or do something, always look out for feedback from your customers, your followers, your stakeholders. Always always get, expect that, right? Because with that feedback, you're going to understand what and what you need to do, you know, on, on how to do feedback, on how to get feedback from your customers is by carrying out surveys, carrying out reviews, and having a direct interaction. So if you see from this class since yesterday, you must have been hearing when I said survey, survey, survey. You know, I've been actively taking survey so that we understand, so that there'll be a cordial understanding between me and you, the listener and the learner. All right. So you see, when I ask question, I get the feedback. That is a survey. You know, before the class started, I asked for review. You know, just to get a good. And I'm collecting all these things to to get to understand the quality of what you're learning, and to understand, to know that there's a mutual understanding between these two parties here, right? So it's important. How you could get all this feedback from your customers is by, on your social posts, when they comment, you can get feedback from there, or when they come to your DMs to report a particular thing or complain about a particular thing or comment, right? And you can also, on your Google presence, again, your customers could go and carry out a review, do a review on your services, right? You can also roll out Google Forms, right, to your customers. So also for companies that have websites, for businesses that have websites, there's a lot you can do, right? The businesses that have websites, one of the methods or one of the ways they conduct their digital marketing is by using SEO. So when we get to SEO, that's what we're talking about, websites and all those things, right? And so that's where you know kind of keywords to use, how you could get get your presence on search engines very well. Because when you go to search engine and you search for a particular thing, it's a website that comes up for you, right? And who owns the website? The website is related to a business, so so you understand what you're doing. So once you collect this feedback, you use this feedback to understand your customer satisfaction and areas that need to be improved, right? So that's what you use this feedback to do. Understand your customer satisfaction and areas that you need to improve. So just like I said when I was talking about feedback. So this fourth one now is reporting. Right. So as I said when I was talking about feedback, where they could report report their displeasure to you. So you create regular reporting summarizations, summarizing the findings from performance monitoring and data analysis. So not just from your clients or customers' feedback, the reports and all those things, but you also get reports from, you also gather together, you put a regular report on your performance monitoring and data analysis. We talked about performance monitoring and data analysis on this review, right? So you create a report regularly to put in all these things so that after a particular quarter, after a quarter or after a year, you could go back to that report and see how well a particular campaign performed very well. So then the next one, which is the fifth one, is strategy adjustment. So once you carry out that report, you see how well it performed. You now know how to adjust that strategy. So you can see this strategy adjustment is based on the review. So you adjust the strategy to optimize the performance, right? So you implement changes to tactics, you implement changes to your budget allocation, and you implement changes to your goals as needed. So these are the things that you do with your strategy adjustment. So, then we also have the last one, which is design and execution. Design and execution. So in this design and execution, this is where the this is where give me some minutes, please. Okay, so I'm here now. So design and execution. So this design and execution, the first one we have is creative development. Creative development. So in this creative development, this is where you design visually appealing and engaging content, including graphics, videos, infographics, and written content, right? So you can see how I broke down these strategies for you from the first one to this last one now, right? And you can see that after every other thing that you're doing, you are now arrived at creative development, where you put together designed visual appealing content, right? Okay, so you ensure that this content aligns with the brand's voice, with the brand's tone, and with the brand's messaging. So these are the things you have to see or check that it aligns with. All right. So on this design and execution, you now do the second one. The second one is campaign planning. So on this campaign planning, you develop detailed plans for each campaign, including timelines, content calendar, and promotional activities. You are the digital marketer for whether it's a brand or whether it's your own business, or maybe you're working for a company. All these things you're learning now is how to be an effective digital marketer, right? So you need to know how to roll out content calendar and promotional activities. So you develop a detailed plan for it. That is your campaign planning. Then the third one, content creation. This is where you produce high quality content that are tailored to the target audience and chosen platforms. You can see on the creative development and content creation, it specified high quality content. On that creative development, it said visual appealing. So your content has to be visual appealing, right? It has to be high quality, right? That's why you see on all of Coca-Cola's adverts, their quality is always high. The content quality is high, right? So, and you also ensure that the content is optimized for SEO and tailored to each platform's requirements. Right? So that is how that is all that is related to content creation. But then on this design and execution, we have the fourth one, which is implementation. Implementation. So this implementation is where you launch digital marketing campaigns according to the planned schedule. Already on content creation, you've created on sorry, not content creation, on campaign planning, you've created your content calendar and promotional activities. So on this implementation, you launch the digital marketing campaigns according to those planned schedule. Then you use tools and software to automate. Give me some minutes, please. Okay, I'm here now. So, so you use these tools and softwares to automate and manage campaign executions properly. So, something like your Facebook Advert Manager, that's what you, I think for Google Ads too, you have a platform where you roll out ads as well. So the fifth one on this design and execution is monitoring and optimization. Monitoring and optimization. So on this one, you continuously monitor the performance of that campaign in real time, continuous monitoring. And as you're doing that, you make ongoing and as you're doing that, you make ongoing adjustments to optimize campaigns for better results. So, just like I said, when I said when we get to that Facebook Advert Manager, I was going to tell you a method. I'll also say it here, right? So when you are monitoring it, you are adjusting it. So you are adjusting your targeting. So on that Facebook Advert Manager, you're able to adjust your targets, reallocate your budget. You also tweak ad copy, right? So you can do all these things, change your demographic, you reassigned that is your target audience, right? You can do all those things so that you can get effective feedback. Okay. So the seventh one is the seventh one is integration. So on this one, you ensure that all your digital marketing activities are integrated and they support each other. So whether you're running on a social content, just make sure that they're integrated and they are achieving this particular purpose or a particular target. Okay. So uh, that is that is it on marketing strategy process. This marketing strategy processes. It looks small, just 4 points, but whoa, long. It's okay. So now, having you understand what the marketing strategy processes are, so I've been able to use that to bring your minds together, bring your attention, bring your orientation to marketing as per se, so that once the definition of what marketing is comes up, you understand it properly. So now, what is digital marketing? So digital marketing refers to the use of digital channels, platforms, and technologies to to promote products, promote services, promote brands or organization. Digital marketing refers to the use of digital channels, platforms, and technologies to promote products, promote services, promote brands or organization. So that is what digital marketing is, right? And that's what you're learning. So far so good. Any question on all I've explained about marketing strategy processes, digital marketing per se, questions, you can use the chat box to roll out your questions. So I'll attend to them. um, Uzoma, say you need materials. Okay, I'll provide you with materials, but not quick, right? The goal is for you to, be in the class, learn. So maybe probably after 1 week of actively listening to the class, learning in the class, then I will release a PDF material to you. I can't release my PowerPoint slide to you, right? So I will give you materials that you read as regards the training. So one thing you need to understand that you see the materials, but explanations and all those things, of course. So any other question?
Excuse me, sir. I went off for a while because we had a practical. So I want to know if our attendance has been taken already.
Attendance hasn't been taken. I don't know, maybe you're not in class yesterday, but yesterday I instructed that this training is not like the previous one, right? So attendance is going to be taken when I say it's attendance time. So you drop your attendance and we wrap up the class. So attendance has not been taken yet. So probably maybe when we get to 12:40 or 12:45, then I'll take in my attendance. Then I'll also assign my tasks for today. Okay. So this class has been quite engaging. So, but where was I? So back to the slide. So you can see on the slide there are some quotes there that could put your mind together as a marketer, right? So you can see that one that's saying ignoring online marketing is like opening a business but not telling anyone, right? So to tell you how effective digital marketing is. So you can see there's another one here. The best marketing doesn't feel like marketing, right? The best marketing, it doesn't feel like marketing. I should cite an example for you. I think was it sometime this year or was it last year? they had this that they had a Super Bowl in the US, right? Super Bowl. So in that Super Bowl, what was his name? Uh, Donda, Kanye West. You know, he owns Yeezy, right? Yeezy is his own, is his brand. So there was a marketing that he did. That marketing felt like as if it was nothing. So, but he paid how many $1 million for that marketing? And what was the marketing? They just displayed an advert. I've forgotten the content of the advert. That content wasn't looking like something very serious. Imagine you paid how many $1 million you paid? I think they said it was 8 point something $1 million he paid for that. I've forgotten the amount he paid. I wouldn't lie though. So, but it was the content that caught everyone. I think that content was not even reaching. When you're paying that kind of amount for an advert, of course you go and carry one super kind of content and don't roll it out. So don't worry, I'll check for that information again and I'll send it back. I'll give you feedback on it. So I think it's something very awkward, and it just lasted for 10 minutes at least. How many seconds? So as soon as they rolled out that marketing, as soon as they rolled out that campaign, the next thing that they did was the next thing that Yeezy did. He instructed that on their Yeezy store is online, like their of course their company is heavily online. What they did was that they immediately slashed their products. They slashed the percentage. As soon as they slashed the percentage, already they've done the campaign on the Super Bowl. All the million viewers that are on that Super Bowl, they've seen it, and they are all with their phones. So as the flash Yeezy came up on the screen and stuff like that, of course it's going to enter everybody's mind. Yeezy, Yeezy, Yeezy. It's not far to go from there. It's not far to go. It's not to go on their store is not far, because definitely I know they must have rolled out other digital adverts on the phones. So people just see Yeezy stuff like that, see the slash. The main feedback is that after that that campaign, Yeezy sold one of the highest and had a high return in revenue from those sales, right? It was more than the amount that was spent for the advert, right? So that was like a strategic advert. So, and to Yeezy, that was one of the best marketing, but it didn't feel like marketing at all, right? So then this other one, 90% trust peers, 90% trust peers on social network, 90% trust peers on social network, only 15 to 18 trust brands. What this quote is trying to make is saying is that 90% of the active engagers or consumers on social space, they trust peers. That is to say, when someone comes out and say this product is good, I like this product, people trust that thing rather than the brands. You understand? A brand might roll out a product, people might not even go and engage, they might not even buy it. But when someone who is having a strong presence comes and say, this product is selling well, this product is good, I used it and there was high viewership, people will seek for that product, right? So all these things are what has been understood in the market environment for a period of time. So before we round up, and these are the various marketing channels. All right, you have your content marketing, you have your video marketing, social media marketing, email marketing. All right, so I will not go further into this explanation, so as we'll be rounding off today's training here, because by the time we start explaining this one, it's going to be like it's not as much as marketing strategy process. Marketing strategy process has to be that long because no. It had to be that long because of his strategy now. I mean, you can't overlook some things in a strategy, because if you do that, you might end up not getting the required results. Right? So that is why. Okay. So um, uh, oh, I'm just seeing all these things you're typing here now. So what do you have to say about this WhatsApp TV kind of marketing? So when someone posts a post on Facebook to gain more likes, would it be the work of Facebook to be giving out likes and comments automatically, or will it be the audience that will post such? Okay, I'll first of all answer the second question. Once you roll out a Facebook ad campaign, first of all, like I said, it's your type of content. You see, I always tell people in digital marketing, after doing all those market analysis, strategy, and all those things, the first thing you need to properly identify and put in place correctly is your content, your type of content. So you can't roll out a content that is not even eye catchy and you expect people to like and engage, right? So your content has to have a sense of excellence, right? So it's without content that people is going to comment and like, right? And also help you repost as well, right? So mind you, they have different type of Facebook campaign, Facebook ad campaign. So once you are rolling anyone out, you know what you're getting in return. Facebook's duty is just to help you push that content to thousands of users. That's their duty, and they do that with their algorithm. So the algorithm does the pushing, right? So it's left for your content to create engagement. And for this one about WhatsApp TV, that WhatsApp TV per se, I think is WhatsApp TV still in existence? That thing is an old thing, right? And the WhatsApp TV per se, the ones I've come across, for you to actually get people save your number, and it's just saving your number, you save their number, so that once you post the content, they sees it, right? It's just more like, and one of the ways that they get people to save contacts is the ones I've just come across. They just post. Some people come with betting. They say bet this one, click to get links to betting and stuff like that to save the number. They save their number and stuff like that. To me, it's not that effective. That's why I see it has faded away. Like it's not that active like before. So I'll just advise you to take your mind off it. If you're trying to carry out marketing on WhatsApp, you take your time to save every contact that comes your way. And as you're saving their contact, you ensure that they also save your contact as well. So the more contacts you save, the more views you get. So once you save your content, it's your duty now to post content that they would like to watch, right? So and that's how you keep them entertained and engaged. I hope that's understood too, Walter. All right, so I'll be taking the attendance now. So just like yesterday, you just type your name and your phone number, the name you used to register for the course and your phone number. So that's what you do. So you can send in the attendance.
In chat.
Yeah, yeah.
In chat message.
On the chat, see people sending their own on the chat. Okay. So class is send your attendance is Please,
Is the
the
question and answer section same as the chat section?
are you using Q question and answer? Some people said they could not locate that question and answer yesterday. So I had to just, bring everything back to the chat section, provided I could find my way around. So, but just have it in the chat section. Yes, the task and assignment for today is you would it will be just a summary, right? A summary of what you've learned today, right? You just get a summary, and how you do it is that uh, you make a record. You record yourself talking, as you speak. You're doing your recording. You're recording a video record of yourself, giving a rundown summary of today's class. Then what you have to do next is not just your voice, video recording. Record yourself talking. So what you do is that you post it on TikTok, but you're not going to post it public. You post it private, right? You're not going to go public with the explanation. So you post it private. Then once you post it private, you submit it to the WhatsApp group. So that's what you do for the assignment. Summary of today's class. You make a video record of yourself doing the summary. You upload it on TikTok. Use private. Don't post it publicly. Post it private. Then once it's done, successfully posted, copy the link of the video and you send it to the WhatsApp group chat so that I will view it. All right. So, no any other question? Let me switch other question again is here. So, I don't think there's any other question. So, you all can have a nice day. See you guys in class tomorrow. Yes, we are done. So you guys will have a nice day. We are done. So you can call the wrap. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.